Good afternoon. I'm Tom O'Brien. I'll be your MC for this afternoon. I want to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you, especially my fellow veterans, who can make it out for this groundbreaking ceremony today. First, I'd like to recognize the various surrounding community officials. As I call your name, please raise your hand. And from Macedonia, we have Janet Tully. Janet. We have Kevin Bilkey. And of course, our Mayor of Macedonia, Mayor Migliorini. From Northfield Center, we have Richard Reville. Is Richard here? Got him on the list. And from Sagamore Hills, we have the three trustees, Paul Wazurkic, John Zaccardelli, and David Pasquale. I think I'm close on those names. Yeah. I asked Joe if he would do these introductions for me. At this time, before introducing our first speaker, I'd like to say a few words. First, I'd like to thank the Girl Scouts of America across the way for letting us use their parking lot today for this groundbreaking. And I'd like to say that, together with the City of Macedonia, the American Legion Post 801, the Veterans of Foreign Wars Veteran Post, VFW Post 6768, the Ladies Auxiliary of both posts, and the Sons of American Legion Post 801 are proud to be part of this groundbreaking ceremony. The monuments to be erected here in the near future will serve as an enduring symbol, paying tribute and commemorating those dedicated men and women who have worn the uniform honorably during times of war and conflict. This park demonstrates the efforts of both past and present Macedonia mayors, the Mayor's Veterans Advisory Committee, as well as the donations of countless citizens, businesses, and civic organizations committed to honoring its veterans here at the crossroads of Northeast Ohio in the heart of Macedonia. And now, without further ado, I'd like to introduce our keynote speaker, Macedonia's own Mayor Joseph Migliorini.
Thank you, Tom. Good afternoon, everyone. While I would love to take credit for all of this, it really wasn't me. We have Mayor Kukta here, who actually kind of spearheaded this before I took office. And when I took office, then I just continued to carry the ball forward, and I have been very excited to do so. I think this is going to be a great site here for veterans, and I'm happy to support it as the mayor of the city. Dating back to when this property was deeded, if you will, to the city of Macedonia, it was from Colonel Peck, who obviously was I believe he was in the Army. We actually tried to, at one time, find the heirs of Colonel Peck, because if you remember, South Bedford used to go out to 82 right here, and when we did the first phase of the widening of Route 82, we relocated it, and because we had to take and give up this property to put the road over there, we needed to contact his heirs. Unfortunately, there were none, but I am sure today that he would be very, very proud to know that his legacy to the city of Macedonia is going to be carried forward. I performed a lot of marriages here in the past, and every time the train would go by, I'd have to stop. So if you can't hear me. But really, what's really important here is that the city of Macedonia has partnered with both the VFW and Post 801, and it's our honor to be involved in such a great tribute to those that have served our country, have fallen for our country, and I'm happy to be a catalyst in trying to move this forward. Our service department is going to be doing a lot of the work here. As you can see over here in the corner, that's where the monument's going to be located, as well as the pillars and the gate itself that's going to go over the top of it. If it weren't for the rain, you probably would have already seen the footers in place. Actually, right here in front of me is our anticipated restrooms that we're going to have on site here eventually. We'll build a little building here with a men's and women's bathroom, ADA approved, and we'll have it right over here in this location. There's going to be a lot of improvements to this site here, and I have to commend the VFW and Post 801 and all of you that have participated in raising funds to make this happen. I think this is an absolutely beautiful thing for our community in the Nordonia Hills area. And I thank the trustees and all the support we get from our neighboring communities. This is fantastic. With that, I am not going to belabor anything and call on Tom again if he wants to say a few more things. So thank you all for being here, and keep pitching for this site to get done, because we're working very hard to do that. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you for those inspiring words, Mayor. And now a few words from VFW Post 6768 Quartermaster, Mr. Dan Davis.
Thank you. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Dan Davis, and I'm the Quartermaster of Northfield VFW Post 6768. I'd like to begin by thanking everyone that is here today for this groundbreaking ceremony. Mayor Migliarini, Mayor Kuchta, City Council, employees of Macedonia, the various Nordonia Hills organizations, and the veterans of the advisory committee that have supported us from the beginning to make this day possible. This Veterans Memorial Park represents to the veterans our destiny and eternal obligation to honor those that came before us, with us, and after us. We, by virtue of service to our country, have learned that we must always strive to fulfill this obligation. We hope that we are creating at this park will last for generations to prove the patriotic spirit of the Nordonia Hills community. This will be a place for all to enjoy, from a picnic, a relaxing place to read, listen to music, or reflecting on the memorials present here. I know that I will be spending a lot of time here. By POWMIA Day of this year, we hope to have completed enough of Phase 1 to do a dedication of the Veterans Memorial Park. Phase 1 will consist of the main plaza containing the memorial bricks, 3 flagpoles, the main granite memorial, and an entrance arch to the park. Second phase will contain 12 granite monuments depicting all the wars America has fought in, connected by a meandering sidewalk that leads you to the various areas of the park. Benches will be placed opposite of each of the monuments for people to relax and to reflect. Another small entrance arch will be placed at the back of the park, close to the parking area. Our third phase is the Killed in Action Memorial Plaza. To me, the most sacred part of the park. All the military members from Nordonia Hills that gave their life in defense of America will have memorial bricks placed at this plaza, along with a reflecting pond to the rear. We hope that in the final work, to add public restrooms, an irrigation system, a complete lighting system, and expansion of the parking. The Veterans Advisory Committee hopes that you will be pleased with the final results and welcome suggestions from the residents of Nordonia Hills on improvements. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. At this time, I'd like to introduce our commander from the American Legion, Nordonia Hills, Post 801, Commander Dave Pittish. Dave?
Good afternoon. I'm Dave Pristash. I'm a veteran air veteran, commander of American Legion Post 801, and I'm the chaplain of Northfield AFW Post 6768. As many of us are, we're dual members, and this is a project that both posts have been intimately involved with and set up. I think everybody's already been properly notified or given credits for being here, the mayor, the council, and the various organizations, so I won't really go into that. I would like to do one thing, though, is I'd like to especially recognize a couple of people, Jim Kresnicki, Frank Pozar, and Jim Sobek. Those three, along with some others, have been instrumental in bringing this to fruition. We've given a lot of presentations to various groups over the last 6 or 7 months, and we get the question of a lot of times is why are we doing this? Aren't there a lot of other memorials and veterans parks around? And the answer is, of course there have been. But we think that what we're doing here is different than any of the other ones. And in particular, the individual war monuments that will be placed through the park. Most, I won't say no one has that, but I think ours are going to be the best here. And that's going to be something that no one else has in this area. Tommy, the mayor, Dan have already given you a good summary of what we're doing, and I would like to explain one of the main reasons why. Therefore, a little background is in order. Most of us now that are active in the various posts are from the Vietnam era. And most of us, if not all, didn't have a good time when we came back. I know that the problems that I had after getting back were all the way up until probably 9/11. And then the mood in the country changed, and the veterans were getting recognition again, which was good. The reason we need this memorial is two different reasons. The first is the number of soldiers, military, Marines, Airmen, Navy, Air Force, that have died in theater. And died in theater is you were in the combat area and you died for some reason. It's a little different than killed in action. Those are people that have actually been killed in a battle of some type. But in any case, all of them died in theater. And if you go back to the Revolutionary War, that's 1,323,346 that have died in theater defending this country. And that's a big number. It's a big number. It's primarily men, but a lot of women were died too. So, and maybe today it'll be more as the women move more and more into the combat arms. Out of that number, I personally knew 7 of them when I was in Vietnam. And you never forget the people you served with that didn't come home. The second number is the ones that were wounded in action in theater. And that's another pretty big number, 1,688,487. I knew 3 of them in that category, and I was one of them. Again, you don't forget the people you served with and that died and were wounded with you in battle. The individual war memorials that Dan previously talked about, we're hoping that in the dedication of the park, we will have raised enough money to put in 2 of them. I would very much like to get one for the war on terror. That's the current action. So we can recommend those that are serving now and in combat. And the other one would be possibly the Vietnam Air Memorial. If we can do that, that will take care of the bulk of the people that are still alive, and maybe some of the ones that have been affected most. We'll follow that with Korea in World War II as quickly as we possibly can. With that, I'd like to close. Thanks for coming out to the ceremony. We hope all of you will be here on POW MIA Day, which is Friday, September 15th. We may not actually do it that day because it's a Friday. We may do it on the weekend, but it'll be in that time frame, and I think it's an appropriate day for the dedication. I think that's it. We do have some refreshments at Vista Springs. They've been very supportive of us, and we're going to be doing some joint ventures with them over the next few months. And if anybody cares to go down there, I'm sure they can get a tour of the facilities and some refreshments. And that would do it.
Thank you, Dave. Thanks for those comments, Dave. Those numbers are scary. Yes. I think at this time, I'd like to thank the Macedonia Fire Department, the Rescue Squad, the Macedonia Police Department, their help in directing traffic and being here. And I won't forget our Macedonia Service Department. John's done a great job for us. Thank you. And now for our groundbreaking shovel ceremony, photo op. Gentlemen.
Hi, I'm J.C. Sullivan. I'm a post press officer, and I always neglect to get in front of the camera. But for this particular video, because of its historic nature, a copy of it will go to the Historical Society of Old Northfield. So I thought I'd get my mug in it at the end of it as the videographer.